What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mo.J and we are locked in. This is another episode of All American, who is Tamia Cooper, aka Coop. Now, what we know about Coop? She grew up in Crenshaw, Spencer's best friend. She be spitting bars and putting people behind bars. Before we get into that, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you want to be a part of it, hit your subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do. Now, Coop, she has a story. She had her ups, she had her downs, and we know that something bad happened to her at the end of season 3. So let's jump into it, break it down. Who is Coop? Coop grew up best friends with Spencer and Sean. Now, Spencer, we know he went off to Beverly Hills to pursue football. Sean was more involved in the streets because of his older brother. Now, Coop, she gets closer with Sean since Spencer is gone and he's involved in the streets. With this happening, Coop, she wants to be involved. She wants to start, moving work. She's cutting hair. She got stashes in the barber shop. She's supposed to do a drop for Sean. Sean doesn't make it. Coop doesn't make it. This sparks up a big argument between a guy named Tyrone. Now, Tyrone is Sean's boss. Tyrone ends up killing Sean. Now, Spencer, going back and forth between Beverly Hills and Crenshaw, every time he comes back, he's trying to make sure that Coop is good. She's getting into it with people. Spencer's trying to, dissolve that situation, which makes him start beefing with Tyrone and telling Tyrone, look, Coop isn't into this life like this. You got to leave her alone. Now, Spencer's in the street guy, so he really doesn't have any pull like that. And Tyrone didn't respect that at all. At this point, Coop, she gets emancipated from her parents, which means that they gave her rights, saying that she may be under 18, but we agree that she's able to go live on her own and do her thing. So she's in the streets. She actually moves in with Spencer's mom at one point. She takes over Sean's apartment, but she doesn't have any money or anything like this. Now the situation between Tyrone and Coop, it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. She ends up setting Tyrone up and he goes to jail. That's what I mentioned earlier. She's spitting bars and putting people behind bars. So now Coop, she done got Tyrone locked up. Everyone's calling her a snitch. She's rapping and stuff and everybody's like, all right, cool. Her and Spencer, they're getting close. They're getting closer and closer to making everything happen. It's just Coop. She starts to do her own thing. She's not really thinking things through. She has a girlfriend named Patience that's trying to keep her on track. But we know Coop is going to do Coop. And y'all know whenever you see her face, yeah, that's Coop. And whenever she messes up, she gives you a face like that. But on the up and up, Coop, she's doing her music. She's starting to go viral, even though people still think she's a snitch, which she is. There's no denying that. She gets Spencer involved into a couple of other things, and Spencer ends up getting shot. Now, this is where the relationship between Spencer and Coop, it starts to deteriorate a little bit because he's like, I'm doing all of this for you, Coop, but I keep getting into nonsense. And that's what I tell you. Coop, she messes up the most. She's one of the people that mess up. Every episode, you can count on Coop to give you some nonsense, and you're like, oh, man, here go Coop. Now, after Spencer gets shot, he starts to go to therapy. He realizes that I got to live for myself and I can't really help take care of other people. So this would distance Coop and Spencer. Spencer eventually comes back to Crenshaw after going out to Beverly Hills. Coop, she's not doing that good in school. She's about to, matter of fact, she's not even a senior. She needs to go finish other classes. If not, she's going to have to drop out and get her GED. But she's talking about she's too busy with music because she linked up with Spencer's ex-girlfriend, Layla, who is at Beverly Hills. We're going to do a Who Is of Layla also. So now she's doing music, but things aren't looking good because Patience, as we see here, she can sing. So they hear her and they're like, we want to take Patience. So this makes Coop all upset and she's just burning bridges. First, it was the relationship with Spencer. He gets shot and he realizes he can't do everything for her. Then she breaks up with her girlfriend because she sees that her girlfriend's getting a little fame, but she wanted all the attention. I told you we can count on Coop to mess things up. But they end up getting back together after Spence figures out what's going on with him. He's like, me and Coop, we need to squash all our little differences and stuff. And that's where we come back together in season 3. Now, it's still a little rocky. We know Coop got to finish school somehow, get her GED. I don't know if she's going to do that or not, but at the end of season 3, what do we see? We see Mo, and Mo is Tyrone's sister. Now, their story is Mo came back to get revenge for her brother Tyrone that got locked up. because of Coop. Now, she's saying that I'm here, I'm trying to help people out. Now, we know Coop's music career is doing all right. So Mo was like, look, I can help you out. I'm a lawyer. I'm trying to give back to the community. I want to right the wrongs that my brother did. None of us ever trusted Mo, except for Coop. Coop in the beginning, she didn't trust her. But then towards the end, she was like, you know what? She might be a good person, because everyone was seeing what was on the surface level. Oh, she's giving back to the community. She's not bad. But that trust, it didn't end well. At the end of season 3, she ends up getting shot by Mo because she meets her in a location she knew she shouldn't have met her. Every episode, we see them meeting up at the Crenshaw Cafe or the Beverly Hills Cafe. Why wouldn't you meet Mo there instead of going and meeting her outside where things could get ugly? But that's where we're at. Coop got shot at the end of season 3. We don't know if she dies or if she survives. There you go. That's All American. Who is Coop? Now, I tell y'all, every time we see Coop, she messes up. She's doing something. You're like, Coop, why would you do that? Why are you acting like that? But she is one of the main characters, and she is Spencer's best friend. She's like a sister to him. They grew up together. So let me know what you think. Do you guys like Coop on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being the best that you do like her, 1 being the worst. What would your rank be? Comment below. I'm Mo.J. If you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Just remember to be back here October 25th, because I'm usually one of the first people to drop a recap. So make sure you tune in. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.